Welcome to Creative Tien channel. In the last video, we did the Tunisian crochet and we learned the cast on, cast off, increase and decrease. And we look at different types of Tunisian crochet hooks. Today we are going to do the Tunisian crochet in the round. There are basically two ways to do it. The first method is with a long Tunisian crochet hook, usually with a long cable, and it can be any length, but you need a long cable to do this technique. And this one is similar to the magic loop method in the knitting, and we use the long circular knitting needle for that technique. The second type is to use a double-ended crochet hook and two balls of yarns. It can be the same color or different colors. And we do the crochet back and forth with the two sides of the crochet hook and also two balls of yarns. Today we are going to focus on the first technique with the magic loop style method. We will need a long Tunisian crochet hook with a cable. You can have two crochet hooks on both sides or just one side, and the other side will be a stop. I'm going to use this one with double crochet hooks, but we are only going to use one side of the hook for this method. First, we are going to start with making a slip knot and make chain stitches just like a regular crochet. After you have enough chain stitches, you can connect with the other end. Make sure we don't twist the stitches and just make a slip stitch to connect the first and the last stitches. If you are new to Tunisian crochet, you can look at my previous video. I will have the link in the description box. So the next row is for the foundation row, and I'm going to pick up the bump that's on the back side of the chain stitches. We start picking up from the second stitch and leave it on the hook, and we just keep doing that for the whole round. Maybe around halfway of the whole circle, you will have problem picking up any more stitches because our crochet hook is straight. At that point, we can pull the needle out a little bit more. You can pull it out from either end and you can readjust the stitches. That's the same as in the magic loop method for the knitting. After you go through the whole round, we are going to connect with the other end before we start our returning pass. And usually for the returning pass, we do a yarn over and pull through the first stitch, and then yarn over, pull through two stitches. But here for the first stitch, we want to go through the first needle on the left side. So we can insert the hook through the first stitch on the left side, do a yarn over and pull through that stitch, and then we will continue pull through the first stitch on the right side. So we actually pull through two stitches on the needle, and then we will continue doing the regular returning row. We do a yarn over and pull through two stitches, and then keep repeating that until the end. After finish the returning round, we are back to the beginning, and we will just continue doing the next row. If we want to do the simple stitch, we just pick up the second vertical line that's on the second stitch and leave it on the hook and continue picking up stitch that way in the forwarding row. And at the end of this row, we do the same thing. We want to connect to the first stitch on the left side. So we insert the hook to the left first stitch and do a yarn over, pull through that stitch and pull through the first stitch on the right side, and then continue the yarn over and pull 2 stitches through, yarn over, pull 2 stitches through until the end of the round. And we just keep repeating that until the length we like, and then we will bind off. For the bind off round, we will just crochet slip stitches. And you can refer to the previous video for how to bind off the Tunisian crochet simple stitch. After we bind off the last stitch, we want to make a nice continuous chain stitches on the top. We can just cut the yarn, thread the yarn needle, go through the first stitch on the left side from below the chain or the V shape. We go under both legs of the V and then pull through from the other side, and then we go back to the center of the original stitch, the original V, and that's how we complete the chain stitch and have a nice finish. You can see the seam of this circular crochet. It's not very obvious, and you can also give a steam and make the stitches more even. So that's how we do the Tunisian crochet in the round with the magic loop method. You only need one ball for this method, and it's really easy to do the Tunisian crochet in the round this way. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and talk to you next week.